The Last Supper narrative in John really explores the role of Judas and his betrayal, the fact that he's present at the Last Supper up to a particular moment, but once Jesus reveals his identity as betrayer, he leaves. And the gospel says, and it was night. That Judas steps out not only into the physical night that evening, but steps out into the night of separation from the Lord and the betrayal that marks his identity in the gospel. I was blessed to go to the Passion Play at Oberammergau in 2000, and it's a 6-hour-long play, all in German. You get a little book to follow along in English. Mercifully, there's a break after 3 hours. But in 2000, the play really explored the psychology of Judas. Why did he betray Jesus? Was it just for the money? Was it because he had lost faith in the Lord? The play proposed the interpretation that Judas was impatient with Jesus, that he wanted Jesus to show his political or royal power in a way that Jesus wasn't doing. So Judas thought if he'd betray Jesus, it would finally compel him, force him to stand up and defend himself and really take on the Roman authorities with a mighty power. And of course that doesn't happen. And so Judas is shattered because what he had hoped doesn't transpire, and what he feared actually does, that Jesus goes to his death because of Judas. We don't know the psychology of why Judas betrayed Jesus, but it's clear that at times we too may be caught up in the temptation to want Jesus to be someone other than who he is, to want someone that is somehow going to save us from our problems without us ever having to go through the mystery of the cross. And in those moments of suffering and pain, when we pray really hard for something and don't get it, we may feel betrayed, or that Jesus has let us down or handed us over to our suffering. It's in those moments that we need to remember that we don't define God and we don't control Jesus. And perhaps this pandemic experience has been a hard lesson for us in that matter, that in this 21st century sophisticated world of so much technology, in the end, we still really don't have a lot of control. And so Jesus invites us to step into the mystery of the cross with him, and there to come to know who he is and who we are in the mystery of his passion, death, and resurrection.